Hi students, a very good morning to all of you. So today we are going to continue with the chapter number 8 of your textbook, which is correct quadrilateral and its construction. So by the last lecture we have completed the concept of square. Today we are going to continue with the concept of rhombus, right? Correct. So let us start with the concept of rhombus today. Now, what is a rhombus first of all? Let us understand. If all sides of a quadrilateral are congruent, it is called as a rhombus. For example, let us have a quadrilateral A, B, C, D. If you observe it very carefully, students, all the sides are congruent to each other. Means if length of side AB is 5 centimeter, then length of side BC will also be 5 centimeters. Length of side CD will also be 5 centimeters. And length of side AD will also be 5 centimeters. So they all are equal in length and therefore they are congruent to each other. So we can write in the statement form that side AB is congruent to side BC is congruent to the side DC is congruent to the side AD. Perfect? Great. So now let us proceed again with the next part. Now if you ask yourself about this particular quadrilateral ABCD which has all the sides congruent, it is a rhombus. Why? All the sides are congruent to each other. Correct? So from the last lecture we have already studied the concept of a rectangle. We have studied the concept of a square and today we are studying the concept of a rhombus. Alright students? Great. So now let us move ahead to the next part. The properties with respect to the rhombus. First property. The opposite angles of a rhombus are congruent. I'll repeat. Opposite angles of a rhombus are congruent. Right? For example, opposite angles मतलब आमने सामने वाले angles. If you have angle A, then its opposite angle will be angle C. Correct? So they both will be congruent to each other. So let us write that statement. Angle A is congruent to angle B. Oh, not to angle B. It is congruent to angle C. Perfect. Fantastic students. Now on the same note, if you observe angle B का opposite कौन सा angle है D. So we will write that angle B is congruent to angle D. So we come to one conclusion that all the sides are congruent to each other, right? And the opposite angles are congruent. But this does not mean that all the angles are 90 degree, like a square. So square और rhombus में basic फर्क एक ही है angle का. In square, all the angles are 90 degrees. I'll repeat. In square, all the angles are 90 degree. Whereas in rhombus, angle can have any value except 90 degree. Alright? Is that clear? Rhombus का basic फंडा एक ही चीज बोलता है that all the sides are congruent to each other and their opposite angles are congruent to each other. Right? Correct? So this is how it is separated from the square. Alright students? Perfect. Now, the diagonals. What do you mean by diagonal? Correct. The segment which are joining the two opposite points are called as diagonals. So diagonal AC is the first one and the another diagonal is correct. It is BD. Now students, if you see the diagonals, these diagonals will bisect the opposite angle. Like for example, diagonal AC will bisect angle DAB. Correct? Now angle DAB is bisected into two parts. So we'll write that one by one. That is angle DAC is congruent to the angle BAC. Is that clear, students? Perfect. Now, if you proceed again with the next part, check for angle C. Diagonal AC is also bisecting angle C here in two parts, which are angle DCA. Okay, students, if the first angle is DCA, can you all name the second part of it? If the first part is angle DCA, what should be the name of the second part? Okay, not ABC. Perfect. Perfect. Now look here. DCA, तो उसका अपोजिट मतलब बाजू में कौन होगा? BCA. Is that clear? It will be angle BCA. आजू बाजू में, because of bisect हो रहा है ना. So whenever you check for the angles, always go from one end, DCA and BCA, because C was the central angle over here. Okay, students, understood this thing? Fine. So now check for diagonal BD. If I draw the diagonal BD, it is bisecting two angles, angle B and angle D. चलो अभी एक बार वापस से हम चेक करते हैं नाम देने का प्रोसेस. Okay. Now I'll take the pointer with me. Just a second of time. Okay. If you have angle ADB, ADB, तो उसका बाजू वाला एंगल आप कौन सा लोगे? Tell me. If ADB is the first part, perfect, fantastic students, very good Lalit, very good Prachit, superb Kasturi, Aina, fantastic. Either you can write CDB or BDC, both are one and the same. But for convenience, we will write angle CDB. Clear? Now, चलो एक बार वापस से. If diagonal BD is bisecting angle B, then the first part is ABD. Now you all tell me the second part. If ABD is the first part, then who is the second part, students? Tell me. Very good. It will be CBD. Fantastic, students. So you all have learned the concept of naming the angles. Am I clear? So let us revise the two properties of a rhombus once again. The first property is the opposite angles are congruent to each other and diagonals bisect the opposite angles. Property number 3, diagonals bisect each other. Property number 3, diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. Clear? So, please focus on the screen where the pointer is over there. If I have diagonal AC, it is bisected by diagonal BD. मतलब AC को दो टुकड़े में कौन बांट रहा है? Diagonal BD. Similarly, diagonal AC is bisecting diagonal BD in two equal parts. So let us name those two equal parts. And whenever you are naming the two equal parts, start the naming from the center. I'll repeat, start the naming from the center. Chalo. Let us focus on AC diagonal. If OA is the first part, then students, you all tell me what should be the name of second part. If OA is the first part, fantastic. It will be segment OC. Very good. Now let us bisect the diagonal BD. In diagonal BD, if OB is the first part, then what should be the name of the second part, students? Great, very good, students. It is segment OD. The way you all answer is simply fantastic, superb. Now, These diagonals are bisecting each other, but they are having an angle of 90 degree. So you have to remember this fourth property, that diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So we can say that these angles which are formed with respect to O will be 90 degree. Let us name them one by one, okay? With me. Angle AOB. Remember, when you write the name of the angle in 3 letters, the middle value will consist the middle name of the angle. Okay, if AOB is the first angle, then the second angle will be angle AOB, angle AOD, angle COD, and angle COB. All of them will be 90 degrees in angles. All right, fine. So, how many properties of rhombus we have studied right now? Property number one, all sides are congruent to each other. Property number two, the diagonals bisect the opposite angles of a rhombus. Property number three, diagonals bisect each other also. Property number four, diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Alright, and when you are naming the angles, the central angle should be in the middle letter. Alright, students? Fine. So, with this part, we will start with the next slide. Okay, where we are going to solve few sums based on the concept of rhombus. Alright, I hope you all are ready. Perfect. So, be ready with your notebooks. Practice set 8.2, question number 5. Question is, length of diagonals of a rhombus ABCD are 16 centimeter and 12 centimeter. Find the side and perimeter of the rhombus. So let us understand some with the help of a diagram, which will help us to understand it, right? So first of all, the question is talking about a rhombus ABCD. And as we all know, for a rhombus, all the sides are congruent, correct? So side AB is congruent to side BC, is congruent to side CD, is congruent to the side AD. Correct, students? Great. So we will assume that let quadrilateral ABCD be the rhombus here. Now in this rhombus, we have to find something. What we have to find? The side and perimeter. और जब भी कुछ फाइंड करने के लिए बोला जाए, always there is something given to us to find the values, correct? So let us understand what is given. Length of diagonals of a rhombus ABCD are 16 centimeters and 12 centimeter. So what is given? Length of diagonals. Okay, so they are talking about diagonals. So let us draw the first diagonal BD and the second diagonal AC. Correct? Now, as you all can observe in the figure, the bigger diagonal is AC and the smaller one is BD, as per the figure we have drawn. Correct? Right? So let us mark the smaller diagonal BD as 12 centimeters and the larger diagonal AC as 16 centimeters. Correct? Do we have some property with respect to diagonal of a rhombus? Yes, we have it. What was the property? That the diagonals bisect each other. And as per the figure we have drawn, diagonal AC and BD are intersecting at particular point. Let us name that point as point O. So we can write the statement that diagonal AC and diagonal BD intersect at the point O. So length of diagonal BD, or you can write DB also, both are one and the same, is 12 centimeter. Length of diagonal AC will be 16 centimeters. And there comes a property which we have learnt before some moments. That is, diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other. So basically, if I mention angle AOD, it is 90 degrees. Correct. Now length of segment AO. Observe segment AO. Correct. AO is a part of diagonal AC. Yes. And the property suggests diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. So if AO is the first part, okay, it will be equal to segment OC also. Correct. And AO will be half of diagonal AC. What is the length of AC we have got? 16 centimeters. So let us reduce the values. 2 ones are 2 and 2 eights are 16. So what is the length of segment AO? 8 centimeter, and segment OC also 8 centimeters. Now let us think about the other segment. Segment OD. OD will be half of, correct, diagonal BD length. That is half of 12, which is 6 centimeters. Alright students, so just now we have found the two lengths in the rhombus. Length of segment OA is 8 centimeters. Length of segment OD is 6 centimeters. Now, what we were supposed to find out in the question? We are supposed to find the side and perimeter of the rhombus. Now, students, look at the side AD. Is side AD a part of a right angle triangle? Yes, it is a part of the right angle triangle AOD. Alright. And in a right angle triangle, students, in a right angle triangle, if you know the values of two sides, can you find the value of the third side also? Yes, by using which theorem? Correct. Pythagoras theorem. So this is how we are going to find the value of side of the rhombus. So let us continue with this. In triangle AOD, angle AOD is 90 degree. How is it 90? The diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. So let us apply the Pythagoras theorem on triangle AOD. So length of AD square will be equal to length of OA square plus length of OD square. What is the value of OA? It was 6. Okay, the value has been interchanged a little bit, don't worry. You can swap the values. OA will be substituted as 8 and OD will be substituted as 6 square. So what is 6 square? 36. 8 square? 64. Total 100. But students, we want the value of segment AD, correct? Yes. So we will take square root on both the sides. So that will be 10 centimeter. How we got the 10 centimeter? By taking square root on both the sides, correct? Great. So we have found length of segment or side AD. AD is the side of the rhombus. Yes. And by using the property that all the sides are congruent, we can mention all the sides are 10 centimeters. But is the sum completed? No. We also want to find the perimeter of the rhombus. What is the perimeter of the rhombus? The formula 4 into side. Okay. So 4 into side. What is the value of side just we have found? 10 centimeters. Right? Perfect. So that will be 40 centimeters. 4 into 10. So we have found the side of the rhombus and perimeter of a rectangle. Okay, students? Alright students, so let us continue with the next question, which is from practice at 8.2, question number 7. It states, measure of one angle of a rhombus is 50 degrees. Find the measure of remaining three angles. So first of all, let us have a rhombus with us. We will name our rhombus as ABCD. Measure of one of the angles is 50 degrees. So let us mark angle A as 50 degrees, students. And with this information, we want to find the measure of all the remaining angles. Now, if I ask you which are the remaining angles apart from angle A, then obviously it is angle B, angle C, and angle D. Now, with respect to the angles, we had a property of rhombus, but with respect to the angles, yes. And that property was the opposite angles of a rhombus are congruent, right? Exactly. So let us start with the solution. First of all, as we are assuming this quadrilateral as a rhombus, so let us write that statement. So our assumption always starts from the word let. So let quadrilateral ABCD be a rhombus in which angle A and angle C are opposite angles. Yes. So measure of angle A is congruent to the measure of angle C, as they are opposite angles of a rhombus and they are congruent. But angle A is 50 degrees. So if measure of angle A is 50 degrees, students, then measure of angle C will also be 50 degrees only. Correct. So we have found the measure of angle C. Now, which other angles are remaining? Angle B and angle D. Okay. Are they opposite to each other? Yes. So we can write angle B is congruent to angle D. But are we having their value given in the question? No. So for that reason, we will assume measure of angle B is equals to measure of angle D is equals to x degrees. This is our assumption that we are assuming angle B and angle D as x degrees. Alright. Now, when we have started with the chapter, we have seen a very simple process that sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Let it be a rectangle, square, rhombus, kite, trapezium, any quadrilateral. All the angles, when you add them, the total will be 360 degree. The same is applicable on our quadrilateral ABCD also. Yes. So in quadrilateral ABCD, measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C plus measure of angle D will be 360 degrees. Reason, sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Correct? Now, do we know the value of measure of angle A? Yes, it was 50. In the previous slide, we have assumed measure of angle B to be x degrees. Measure of angle C was 50 and measure of angle D is also x degrees. Now, bring all the like terms together. So, 50 plus 50 on the left side, when you add them, you will get 100. X plus x will give you 2x, as they are like terms because they are variables, is equals to 360. Now, whose value we want? The value of x. तो उसके साथ जो भी कोई लेफ्ट साइड में है उसको राइट में भेजना शुरू करो वन बाय वन. So plus 100 will go on the other side, will become minus 100. 360 minus 100 gives you 260. Now, Whose value we want? X. X and 2 are getting multiplied. Multiply goes on the other side, becomes divide by. So x will be 260 by 2, which is 130 degrees. As we have assumed angle B and D as x degree, so that is 130 degrees. So measure of angle B is equals to measure of angle D is equals to 130 degrees. And then we will write the final answer as stated in the beautiful box for better presentation. And with this, this particular sum gets completed.